You did me bad.
My bro. How you doing now? Okay. Alright, yeah. So, hello guys.
Hi, my name is Boxy and I like to tell stories.
Yeah, my name is The Pneuma and I like to sing stories.
And at the Pneuma Life, we're going to be telling our stories with songs. Catch you live.
Catch you live.
I've always loved planning events before I knew I loved planning events. I know that's funny, but that's true. And I think that's something about talent. Before you know it is your talent, you've always been doing it without realizing. For example, I'm sure you've been singing before you realize that, oh, you actually like to sing.
In fact, I think funny enough, I did not know I could sing until I got to UI.
Mad.
And somebody was like, Pneuma, you actually sabi sing. I thought it was a joke because you know how people do now.
Yeah.
And then it was like, are you planning to take this thing professionally? I was like, nah, I'm just singing for the fun.
Are you serious? That's how we started. Crazy.
And then funny enough, he told me to like record a cover, like just see how we would go and stuff. So I tried something. That time I was still like this lover boy kind of stuff. So I recorded this calm stuff.
Why are you talking now as if being a lover boy is a bad thing?
I did not.
This lover boy kind of thing that time.
I did not.
So now you're what?
I am a lover boy still.
Oh wow. Pneuma is a lover boy.
So I actually just recorded it and then it was actually sounding nice.
As a lover boy, has heartbreak ever inspired any song?
Okay, so I think some Mesa. Not particularly love, but like, you know, when you are in that state that you have seen a lot of things, right? So
have you ever been heartbroken, first of all? Honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. I just stay singing though.
Did me bad. And I don't know if I can ever love again like that. You have damaged me.
That's a big thing to say because you end up getting another girlfriend, and if the girlfriend sees this saying that you can't love as hard as...
I'm just joking, I can still love. But I mean, like, it took me a long time to like get over that P and stuff.
I think one thing about talent is sometimes you actually do not even know you have the talent. You just, because I've always liked planning events without realizing. Like, I didn't even know I was good at it. So I entered UI. I was PRO of my chamber. But I realized that I was always working the most with the welfare secretary. They want to do end of the year party for my chamber. It will be me. Things that did not concern PRO work. As at that time, it had not even clicked that, oh, I like planning. I just liked this. I'm a restless person actually. So, oh yeah, let's go and pack the food. Let's go and do this one. Is this one ready? Like putting things in place. And then when I was AGS in, was it 200 or 300 level? And for some reason, people will just like, I'm in a committee. I always want to make sure that everything is going well. So I think, you know how people notice things without you even knowing people are noticing. I see they make me secretary of social night committee. The next year they're coming to meet me again, be deputy head. And I'm like, yo, I must be doing something right, because if I'm not good, they will not keep coming and coming. And then until I decided to take it professional. Students.
That's why we have BoxyBrand.
Yeah. That's how the BoxyBrand.
Big name by the way.
So the thing about the BoxyBrand, I when I launched, was about defining entertainment. I like to push myself. I like to do things that
people have not done before.
Exactly, you get it.
That explains pop-up.
Yes, the pop-up
First
party.
in the city, guys. I was like, what? let me bring this to you guys. When Boxy told me he was going to do pop-up that, I was like, shit, this guy is crazy. Cause bro, that time I think social life in UI was dead.
Yeah.
Because it was very tough.
That was 2021.
Exactly. Very tough to like bring people inside UI. What am I saying? To bring people out of UI.
Do you get?
And then this guy shut down 1-5. Bro, I remember that I traveled that day. And I was like, why the fuck? Sorry.
So it's about me. I've just like to push myself, and I like people that can push themselves. That's one thing I look forward to. People that want to try things like,
People that want to tell their stories.
Exactly. I love, like I said, I love telling stories. I love when people tell stories. I love telling people stories for them. That's why even things I've done, like when I did Andy Musical, it was about her telling her story. This Pneuma life is about you're living.
Yes.
Pneuma living
Alive. so let me just bring a backstory there. When I wanted to do Pneuma Live, or before this the Pneuma Live idea, I've always wanted to like perform, because I think I became a performer before I even became a singer.
Wow.
Before I became a songwriter and stuff. So like I enjoy performing and people are happy. People cry and like they can pour out their emotions. They feel like something is connecting me, because I actually grew in the church, I sang in church and stuff. So like that way I was more of into singing and people actually feeling what you are singing.
Wow.
So when I dropped Blue Self, it was like, this song is touching my soul, and I was like, we have to do this live. I need to be singing to you, and you can feel the stuff in your soul. So that was what brought about the Pneuma Live. And the first one we did, people connected. When we were singing Blue, we were like, should I hold on tight? Bro, I was like, I feel like when I go collect this song. So yeah, it's been that way, man. It's been that way, man.
What's the high side of being an artist?
High side? What do you mean by high side?
Like the pros, the benefits. What do you enjoy?
The reason I'm asking that question is because since I started this thing, I don't know if I don't say I'm so far, bro.
You never see
I never see talkers of sight.
Because even in the greatest ways, I'm sure there's been high side. Sometimes things that it might even be the littlest things, like you getting more attention. There are actually some benefits that it might not be benefits, but if you dip it, say, truly, I was not getting this much attention before.
Actually, you're very right. There are high sides to it. I think the one moment that really struck me was, I have a number of them. I'll start with TEDx. When I performed at TEDx here in UI, I performed, and then some people came up to me after the event. They were like, you really inspire me. Like, wow. It was like, I want to do music because I see that you're actually. So like at that point I was like,
you said what the one that say she now me.
So it was like a proud moment for me. And that time was, I went to Abeokuta in February for Valentine's hangout. I performed, and then there were like a few people that came up to me. This lady actually came up and she was like, I'm so much of a fan. I was like, crazy. Wow. you know, at first I was trying to do strong, but I was like, okay, yeah. But when I go on, bro, I was like, damn, I am blown.
I can imagine.
And then I think another moment was, I got a message from someone in the US and in the UK. I got like 3 calls like that, and we never knew ourselves. They just messaged me and was like, please, can I schedule a call with you? And so at first I told them, this guy divine me. We actually scheduled the call, and then we're talking, and she was like, I'm so surprised you're not signed, you're so good. Like, so like, I think those things actually made me happy, man. Wow. I think I should throw that question back.
High side. Well, it's beautiful when you know you are touching people. Like, say I did make people happy. Now high side for me.
Wow.
Like, sometimes when you do something, you have a vision that you want it to be so great, but the vision is in your head. Your own great,
other people can see it, right?
Do you get your own greatness might not be another person's greatness. So you want 100. Another person's 100 might be just your own 20, okay, or your own 30 or 40. Let's even say 60. So when you're giving 60% that you think you fucked up, to some people you've done so much. You should never beat yourself. That's one thing I've noticed. Because I remember even when I did pop up, it was the first ever kissing booth in Ibadan. Like,
wait. Let's play. How did African parents think that though?
It's the children that came from. Sometimes when I go to my gallery, I'm seeing videos and pictures of people actually participating in the kissing booth. What? So me, I was not happy. I was focusing on that. I wanted to do this, I could not do that. I wanted I could not do that. So I was like,
others did not see that.
Do you get? Because it was in my own head. So for this Pneuma life, I want to connect with people through music. Is a very strong force and is a strong tool in connecting to people. I know you are good. I know you like to tell stories.
Thank you so much. Stay jiggy.